What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we are here with some more GARP challenge content. Obviously, the refresh has just happened, and one thing that I wanted to go ahead and do is try and beat all of them, all the different typings, with one team. Can one team clear it without having to change any units around? And yes, it definitely can. And this time around, we're using this team. Now, this is not a double Roger team. This actually will be utilizing a Shanks crew friend captain in order to get, the most abilities that we possibly can on this team. So it's going to have Shanks crew captain as our friend. We're going to have Roger as our main captain. As for the other units here, we've got Colosseum Komurasaki, who has a very good special, removing bind. It removes % damage reduction, it removes damage threshold, it heals, it gives adjacent slots matching. It's just a really ridiculous special. We've also got Robin, who's really good for removing those defensive effects, as well as Barto support to remove paralysis anytime we get inflicted with it. Removing it by 3 is very good. We've got Luffy and Sanji with the pudding support, pretty self-explanatory there while we have that. And then we've got Christmas Nami with the carrot support to remove the increased defense on the Kuma stage of the Revolutionary Army. Makes that stage a lot easier to deal with without having to launch any other special abilities, really. And of course, because our captain is Free Spirit, or Slasher really, we're going to be using Liberal Hind, which gives us a good boost. And because this is a Psy-based team, it makes a lot of sense. And it's got a pretty good special ability if we need to stall out for specials. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a ride through all of the GARP challenges with a mono Psy team. So getting into this video, I know a lot of people are probably going to be thinking, oh, you're using Goldie Roger again, bro. But I gotta say, man, Goldie Roger is probably my favorite legend in the game right now. And I usually don't say that about those legends that come out that are like super OP, rainbow characters, that just do everything in the game, right? That boost a lot of different characters. But man, I don't know what it is. Goldie Roger's a bunch of fun to use. I don't know if it's because he's the only version of himself in the game, the fact that it is the Pirate King himself. I love this unit. I love Goldie Roger to death, and as I said, probably is my favorite legend in the game right now, so expect many pieces of content from me with Goldie Roger in the future, because he's absolutely epic. But anyways, let's talk about the GARP challenges with Goldie Roger. Now, originally when I was playing this team, I wanted to definitely use double Goldie Roger, but as I was like looking at things and kind of trying to figure out what kind of units I'll need on the team, definitely wanted to resort to using Shanks crew as a friend at least, or having one of him as the captain, because having that ability to just remove special bind on the final boss stage of the Enel fight is like super valuable. So that's what I wanted to do there. Definitely very valuable to have that. And then reducing the fear debuff as well, but that's, again, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But you got to take all these things into consideration when you're actually building this team here. So against the Doflamingo challenge, it was pretty straightforward because the Despair, we already get rid of it with the Captain effect of Gold Roger. For the Paralysis, we have the Barto support attached to Robin, which is very valuable. And then, we can have that to remove 1 turn of the Paralysis once it gets inflicted on stage 3. And then when it gets inflicted again on stage 6, we can then just use Nami's special to get rid of it, which is super good. So yeah, again, like, not really too much to really talk about here. It's about switching every single turn with Shanks crew to give ourselves the 1.5 attack boost. We have a great captain effect with Roger. We've got the switch ability of Luffy and Sanji to generate recovery slots every single turn. So once our HP is looking a little bit low, we can generate a recovery slot, which is good. As a crewmate as well, when they eat a recovery slot, they actually, I think they heal an additional 300. So adding an additional 300 to your recovery may not seem like a lot, but when you're counting up every single turn that you're eating a recovery slot, after 2 turns, it's an additional 600 HP, 900 after 3 turns, 1200 after 4 turns. So it does stack up, and you will be healing a lot more having that crewmate effect with Luffy and Sanji. But of course, with Goldie, Roger, and Shanks crew as your captains with some very powerful crewmates, shouldn't expect to see too many problems against a lot of content, that's for sure. Moving on to the Revolutionary Army, this is where the support of the Recruit Carrot is going to be very valuable on Nami, because when we hit a perfect, we can remove 2 turns of increased defense, which is exactly what Kuma has in stage 2. Very valuable to get rid of that just by hitting a perfect. And of course, Shank's crew with the attack boost every single turn. Can never turn that down is so good. And also having Komurasaki on the team is very valuable here too, because her special ability will generate us it's adjacent slots matching for herself, and also heals our crew by 20% of our max HP. It will go ahead and get rid of bind, it gets rid of damage threshold. It does a lot of really good things. I really think Komurasaki Coliseum is one of the better Coliseum units in the game, and she's got great classes as well. She fits on a lot of different teams, just an all-round really good unit. So we definitely use her to our full advantage here to generate some slots, get rid of that bind on the Robin stage, which is quite nasty there, of course. And a little bit later on, we do get inflicted with bind again on the Lindbergh and the Karasu stage, but it is a 2-turn bind. We can go ahead, or it's actually 5 turns. With Socket, it goes down to 2 turns. The switch effect of Luffy and Sanji will enable us to get rid of 1 turn of that, so we only have to stall 1 turn instead of 2 to get rid of that bind, which is great. And of course, their special ability can generate matching slots for our crew. I can't remember if I actually use Luffy and Sanji special on the final stage, or if I use it on stage 6. Do not remember. I'm pretty sure I actually use it on the final stage. I don't remember exactly what happened, but either way, yeah, you shouldn't really be expecting too many issues here. Again, really high captain effect multipliers here. The switch effect of Shank's crew giving us the attack multiplier boost, which is very valuable. Luffy and Sanji for generating recovery slots. And that's basically it. Like, absolutely no problems whatsoever. I'll let this clip play, and we'll pick things up once we get to the Whitebeard challenge. So against the Whitebeard challenge, this is where definitely more utility will take place. We have Robin here, who's going to be a really key unit for getting rid of the defensive effects on the Josu stage, which is on stage 5. So very cool to have that. And we do get paralyzed a little bit later on, so having the Bato support's great. But even if we didn't have the Bato support for this specific stage, it's not too bad, because we do have the Nami special to remove that attack down, which is great. And then also having that Nami, as we just mentioned, to remove the attack down here, as well as using it later on against Marco and Vista, which will give us 3 turns of paralysis, 3 turns of attack down, and also 3 turns of chain lock. And Nami having the ability to remove all 3 of those debuffs is quite good. And if you ever get given block orbs, she changes those block orbs into mashing, she changes badly matching slots into matching. Christmas Nami is one of the better treasure map units in the game, and I would strongly advise, if you haven't maxed her out yet from the treasure map shop, I would definitely recommend it because she's really good. Especially if you're looking for ways to get around the PSY GARP challenges, having a character like that available will just, it'll make things a lot easier for your team building against these PSY bosses, which is really good. But, you know, other than that, again, just as long as you have that Robin to remove the defensive effects, you don't have to use this Robin specifically, but the main reason why this Robin is good is because you can use the Shanks Crew switch effect to give her a matching slot, and when you use her special, she changes all your slots into whatever slot that she has. So by using Shanks Crew switch and then using her special, you get a full board of matching slots guaranteed, which is great. And then also, because we are using Robin, we can have that barter support, which is great on many different occasions, mainly talking about the Doflamingo challenge for multiple turns of paralysis infliction. Having that barter support for that, as we mentioned, is really, really good. So that's pretty much it for the Whitebeard challenge with this team. As I mentioned, pretty straightforward with these multipliers and all the debuff removal, and we'll pick things up with the final clip of the video against the Enel GARP challenge. So getting into the final clip of this video is the Enel GARP challenge, which I know a lot of people are still kind of struggling with, but in order for this team to get around it, we have a couple of things in place. Now, obviously, the fear debuff is kind of annoying because you get feared and you also get special binded. Shanks Crew is the great way to get around that as the captain, as he can obviously remove 10 turns of special bind, and then also you get inflicted with the stun debuff. Now, if you are building a PSY team, you can definitely just go ahead and bring Nami and Sanji, which I'm sure some of you people out there that are watching the video may have suggested that, may have been thinking that. However, because I wanted to use Christmas Nami specifically to get rid of the Whitebeard Island stage debuffs, and also Robin for barter support and her amazing defense removal, just depending on what you wanted to do. Also, I'm bringing Luffy and Sanji as well because, you know, I wanted a Sanji unit on the team so I could have the pudding effect as well. And I wanted to make sure I had another sort of way to give myself a damage increase. And the best way for that was to build with this specific structure. But as I mentioned, if you wanted to get around the special bind and you wanted to get around the stun debuff, the Treasure Map Nami and Sanji unit is a really great option because they remove both of those debuffs, plus they give your free spirit and your fighter characters an orb boost. Their switch effect will change badly matching slots into matching for those two classes as well. Works very well with Roger, of course, because Roger is an attack booster, Nami and Sanji are an orb booster. You can build a predominantly free spirit / fighter based team with that, and you can basically go with that. That is obviously a really good option to do. But as I said, Christmas Nami is just a really great debuff remover against the Whitebeard fight, and that's the main reason why I wanted to build my team in this particular fashion. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, as I said, you know, the multipliers speak for themselves. Shanks' crew switch effect is obviously great. The stage prior to this, where we had to deal with the guy that burns us, is really annoying. But of course, with Luffy and Sanji switch effect, we can generate recovery slots every turn to at least get a little bit of an amount of heal off of that. And of course, we are using Luffy Sanji special on the Wiper stage because we are kind of running a little low on HP, and we needed to make sure we didn't take too much damage on this stage. So we carry, you know, over a full HP bar into this stage, which makes it a lot easier, of course. I can't remember this character's name, but the side enemy here is actually kind of annoying, and if you don't kill him on the first turn, he will inflict you with attack down, which I think is exactly what happens in this situation. I can't remember exactly, but the attack down that gets inflicted to your team is not that significant, so even if you do get inflicted with that, like, don't think it's the end of the run or anything, because the attack down, as I said, is not like super significant. It may be 50%, but it actually might be even less than that. I'm not really too sure how much it is. It's not really that significant though. But that's going to wrap up this video today. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.